Hello my friends, welcome to our final episode of Craft Time, where every week we've made fun, family-friendly crafts using items that you probably already had in your house. I have so enjoyed seeing the pictures that you've sent of the fun crafts that we've made over the past 12 weeks. And I'm feeling, honestly, a little sad that this is our last craft time. So I thought I would use that feeling as inspiration for our very last craft. So what we are making today is what I'm calling Rain, Rain, Go Away, because being sad makes me feel like it's raining. But it's this fun sort of mobile that you can put in your room or around your house as decoration. So all the things that you'll need in order to make our Rain, Rain, Go Away are some glue, scissors, tape, thread, blue construction paper, cotton balls, and some kind of container. This is a sour cream container, but you could use yogurt or applesauce, whatever you have, and whatever size you have. So again, glue, scissors, thread, tape, construction paper, cotton balls, and a container. So if you don't have those things right in front of you, go ahead and push pause. And as always, I will be waiting for you when you come back. Excellent, let's get started. So the very first thing that we're going to do is we are going to take our thread. This is very thin. I'm using blue thread, but you can use really whatever color you want. I do think that blue or white probably works best, but you do what works best for you. So I cut a piece, just maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe like 8 inches long. This will depend how long you cut it on how big your container is. I have a pretty small container, so I'm going to need a small piece of thread. And I'm going to take my tape and I'm going to put a piece of tape on each end of the thread. And I'm just going to tape it down on top of my container. I'm kind of sticking it to the side because I want it to hold it in the middle like this. Yeah, looks pretty good. So depending on how much string you want, you can make it a little bit longer, a little bit shorter, depending on how you're planning to hang this. So, but this seems like a good amount to me. And you kind of can't even see it. That's why I like using the thread instead of like yarn or twine or something, because that is just like a little bit more visible. And for this project, I don't want you to really be able to see it too much. So the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to take out my cotton balls and my glue, and I'm going to start gluing the cotton balls to the container. You want to make sure that you don't glue the part of the string that's holding it up. So I'm just going to really liberally start putting glue all over my container. And I always say this, but really whatever kind of glue you have is totally fine. I think that for this project, some stronger glue, a glue gun, or like I'm using Gorilla Glue as always, is probably going to be the easiest. But if you use something that's not quite as strong, that's totally fine too. You just want to make sure to give yourself plenty of time for it to dry. So all I'm doing is I'm sticking my cotton balls on right where I put all that glue. These are the clouds. And then I'm just going to keep adding more glue and more cotton balls until I cover the entire thing. It's very simple, doesn't take a ton of time, which is nice, because some of our projects take a little longer than others, but I think this one is right in the middle. So it's not our fastest project, but it doesn't take all day. All right, and see, I'm still holding my string out of the way because I don't want to accidentally glue it down. More glue. I think that when I'm done making these, I'm going to hang them in my little baby girl's room. Because for those of you who don't know, I am having a baby. Her name is going to be Aria. She's going to be so cute. I hope. I'll love her even if she isn't cute. All right, how are we all doing? Getting your cotton balls stuck? I am almost done with mine around the sides. Maybe this is my last one. Yeah, so that's looking pretty good. Just gonna make sure it's all the way around. And then I am also gonna go in and put some on the top too. You don't have to. If you want to just leave it on the sides, that's totally fine. But depending on how high I hang it, I might see the top. So I want that to be covered too. Just make sure that you're holding your string or your thread or your yarn away so you don't accidentally glue that down. And I know you can't really see, but I'm just gluing it down just like I did the outside. So I've got about half, and I'm going to add some glue over here and glue that down too. We've done a lot of craft projects. My glue's running kind of low. That means we have had so much fun over the past 12 weeks. I love it. I love all of the different possibilities that you can come up with using things that are just sitting around your house being used for other options. Who would have thought to use an old sour cream container to make a beautiful sky? So I've got all of my clouds glued down, and now we're going to move on to the rain. So the first thing we're going to do to make the rain is we are going to cut out our raindrops. So I have two different shades of blue because I think that that looks nice to alternate. But if you only have one different shade, or if you have a bunch of different shades, that is awesome. Use them all. I was thinking about maybe using purple, but then I couldn't find any purple. So what I'm going to do is I'm sort of eyeballing it to just cut out the shape of my raindrops, which I think are going to look something like this. If you want to be a little bit more specific, what you can do is take a quarter and sort of put it on your construction paper. Say this is the size of a quarter, and just trace around the quarter and then add the little swoop. And that's about the size that you want these to be. But again, I tend to just eyeball. And because I want to move quickly, I'm layering so I can cut out 2 at a time. So cutting out my first. first raindrop. What I usually do is have 4 strings with 5 different drops on them. So can anybody do the math? How many raindrops do we need to cut out? Anybody know what is 4 times 5? I don't know if you hear my dogs, but I think they're making a guess. They're saying, Miss Brittany, 4 times 5 is 20. And I am saying, Luna, Dudley, you are correct. We need 20 raindrops. They are really upset about something. Maybe they're thinking, Miss Brittany, it will take too long to cut out 20 raindrops. But really, it won't take too long at all. So I've cut out my raindrops. I did cheat a little bit and I cut out a few before I started making this video so that you wouldn't have to spend all of your time watching me cut out raindrops. So now we're going to take a piece of our thread, and it just depends on how long you want your string of raindrops to be. So I'm gonna say this is about maybe a foot and a half. Yeah, probably a foot and a half. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to leave a little bit of space at the top, so maybe 2 inches at the top. And then I'm gonna start taping my raindrops to my piece of thread. So if I hold it up 2 inches down, and then I'm just gonna take my tape and stick it right on. Super simple. And then because I have 2 different colors, I'm going to take the next color and do the same thing. And then I'm just gonna alternate going down the string until I have about 5 different raindrops. Now, depending on how long your string is or how big your raindrops are, you may do more or fewer raindrops. And that is totally your artistic choice. So I did a light blue and then a dark blue. Now I'm doing another light blue. I'll do one more dark blue. And one more light blue. And voila, I have my string of raindrops. Now you'll see I have some extra thread here at the bottom. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut off that extra so that the very bottom goes right to a raindrop. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with a few more strings. I'm gonna do 4 strings total, but you can make as many as you want. What I did though was in making my other strings, I alternated which shade of blue was on the top and which shade of blue was on the bottom so that I could get a little bit of variation in there. So then the next thing that I'm gonna do is once I've made all of my strings, and I've made all of mine, is I'm gonna take my tape. You know how we left that extra space at the top? I'm just gonna put my tape on here, and then inside my little cloud, I'm gonna tape it down. See? No. Right in there. And you'll see, I just lost some of my clouds, so I'm gonna really quickly go ahead and fix that. And that is totally fine. That might happen. But we know that nothing is unsolvable. With a little bit more glue, we can fix that problem immediately. There we go. Stick those clouds right back on. No clouds, my friends, just silver linings. So there we go. We have one little string, but we know that's not enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same with my other strings. Do want to make sure that I'm alternating. So this one started with a light blue. So my next one I'm gonna start with a dark blue. Ooh. Yep. And then again. Here's a dark blue. So I'm going to put it on the other side of my light blue. There they go again. And last one. Starts with a light blue. And stick it on. Awesome. You may have seen I lost a few more cotton balls. So I'm just gonna fix that really quickly. Stick those runaways back on. And there you go. Oh, it's raining. Rain, rain, go away. Isn't it beautiful? If you make one, make sure to take a picture. Thank you for tuning in all of these weeks. It's been such a joy, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Thanks so much, my friends. Bye.